Nick, there was this sort of extraordinary showdown on Power Play recently between Jenny Byrne, former Stephen Harper advisor, who's backing Poilievre, and Tasha Keratin. She's a principal at Navigator, and she almost entered the race herself as representing the progressive conservatives, and she's obviously backing Jean Charest. I just want to play some clips from that.
No, that's not true. Tasha, you're actually lying. What you're doing right now is lying.
I'm lying. Wow. That's what your candidate says too. You guys have been so negative during this campaign. It's really unfortunate we've had to take the gloves off at this point.
You guys called for Pierre to be disqualified. You are lying right now.
You've been attacking our candidate from the very beginning. You expect. I guess the thing is, Jenny, when you start scorched earth, then eventually you're going to get it back.
Wow. I mean, that's it sounds like it's getting personal. Between the campaigns.
Michael, I'm visualizing a cage match. You know what I mean? A cage match. Both of these individuals, Kerrigan and also Byrne, are key players in the Conservative Party. They're both substantive people, both key strategists, both key thinkers in the Conservative movement in Canada. And wow, pot shots, cheap shots. Maybe we should. I'd be interested to know what they really think of each other, because just think, this is what they said on TV with Evan Solomon. Can you imagine what they'd say if the microphones were off? But it speaks to how important this particular battle is for the heart and soul for the Conservative Party. And it looks like for both of these camps, which are the likely front-running camps, Poilievre and Charest, that it's a take no prisoners approach when it comes to the battle through this leadership race. But it speaks to things. If that's what we saw on Evan's show on Power Play, you could imagine what's playing out on the ground, riding by riding, constituency by constituency, vote to vote, household by household, among within the Conservative tribe.
Now, I've seen just on social media images of Poilievre's rallies, and I'm seeing some really big crowds out there. I'm not sure if he can convert those into actual, voting Conservative members. But I saw on Twitter recently he was tackling the housing crisis. He had a video, and he came at it from I hate to keep saying the word populist, but I will. He talked about the big city gatekeepers versus keeping out the working class from getting homes. It seems like this is really engaging. Is there a big movement behind this?
Well, there's a significant movement. The fact of the matter is, Michael, that there are a number of Canadians who feel left out, who feel anxious about the future. And Poilievre's populist style, I won't say populist, but populist style message, which is very clear, which says that things need to change. And, the thing is his message, he's setting the foundation from his perspective that if he hopes to win the leadership and challenge the Liberals, to basically continue that against the Liberals, to say the system is broken, the Liberals are out of touch, and that he's there to reconnect and to bring voice to all Canadians. And what's interesting is that I would say that for a number of Canadians, this is interesting. That just as many Canadians might think that it's interesting as be turned off, but his focus seems to be newness, this new type of movement, talking about things like Bitcoin. Whether you like it or not, he's throwing out new ideas to position himself at least as having a different vision from the past, conservative vision from the past, with some new ideas. And this is in contrast to Jean Charest. Jean Charest, conversely, my understanding, he was out in St. John's, Newfoundland recently, and talked about previous Conservative governments, including the Mulroney government and the Atlantic Accord and Hibernia and all those things. And that resonated very well in Newfoundland and Labrador. So, when we're talking about both of those likely front runners, it looks like they're appealing to different types of voters. One more populist, the other one more traditional Conservative and mainstream.